in the same boat. Like some of us might be a few steps ahead, but we all have the same sort of mindset that we want change and that we don't want to just get through life. We want to thrive and we want to be the best, not only for ourselves, but for the people that we love, the people that are in our house, the people that are out there, the people that are in our workplace, whatever. It's exciting to see how a change in you is going to have a ripple effect. So anyway, I just want to talk with you for a few minutes, and I'm just going to share quickly, just introduce myself for those of you that don't know me, and talk a little bit about that, and then also share kind of in preparing to talk with you. I was thinking, what are the 5 things, or what are the things that I would have wanted to know about that I myself asked when I was considering making health changes. So I'm going to share those as well, which those include like, why do I need this? Why now? Couldn't I just wait, until I'm more organized, until my kids are in school, until my marriage is perfect, until, like I'm on, I don't know, like whatever that is for you, fill in the blank, right? And sometimes we just have a tendency to think that we have all this time and we should just keep putting it off. Meanwhile, we're not living at our best, and things can actually get worse, which is never a good thing. So I'm going to talk about that. Number 2, can I really do this? Do I have what it takes? 3, is this worth my time? I'm already hard pressed for time. What's this kind of going to be like for me in my day-to-day life? 4, accountability and motivation. I'm going to touch on that. And then 5 is, what if I don't like it? I know that sounds kind of negative, but I know for me, I that was something that I was, questioning. So I thought maybe someone else out there is. So, all right, I'm going to go over that. And then at the end, I'm going to talk about prizes and how you can get connected and try to figure out which program is right for you. So first up, again, my name is Melissa, and I have 2 little girls, ages 2 and 7, married, and live in the Midwest. And I've been with Beachbody for a couple years now, and I started when my youngest was like 4 months old. And so I went to visit a girlfriend of mine, and she kind of took one look at me and was like, you might need some extra help support. Like she could just tell I was exhausted. I was just kind of, all of us are exhausted, after kids, most of us anyway, but just like, I was just really needing some change, and I was feeling kind of stuck. I was feeling like, I was kind of stuck between, I don't know if you guys have ever felt this way, where like, things aren't going well, that things are not feeling good, like you're not feeling good in your heart, your spirit, your body's aching, you've got all these things, all these signals that are telling you like, hey, there's something wrong. But and so you know that, right? But then you just find a way to just be like, well, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I can just keep doing this. It's going to take more work. And then what if I don't do well at that? And I'll just have one more thing. I don't know. You're just kind of stuck in this place of like wanting change, but also being scared for change. And that's kind of where I was at. I just wasn't sure if I could do it. I just wasn't sure. And so she was such a lifeline for me because she gave me hope, because she was a few steps ahead of me and she was making it work, and it kind of really inspired me to like, okay, maybe I can do this too. But it's just a process where, anyway, I'll talk more about that later, but I really dove all in, and I really learned things piece by piece. Like I didn't just walk in and just know everything right away. There was layers of my changes, but that's the thing. As long as you're making steps, that's really what any of us can hope for, is making small changes over time equal big things later. So I really stuck with that. I found really good results with it. And it really helped me. I was surprised how much it helped, not just in my everyday health and losing weight, because I lost my 30 pounds. I've kept it off. I was able to tone up and just really get in the best shape. Honestly, I don't even remember in my 20s being that great a shape. So I feel like I just learned to respect my body, learn to respect what I can really do, what I'm capable of. And it really improved my relationships with not only my kids, because I had more to give them. I had more energy. I didn't wake up in the morning, like literally every morning it was like, oh, I have to do this again. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. Like I didn't wake up early. I just woke up when a kid was crying, right? It was like the world just kind of hit me right when I woke up in the morning. I didn't have a chance to really check in with myself or do much for myself all day. And then by the end of the day, I didn't have much to give my husband. I was just checked out. And so it's helped improve my marriage. And he's even said like, gosh, I just enjoy, this sounds so bad, but I enjoy coming home to you now because you have so much, you're just happier. And so there's been a lot of unintended positive effects that have come from this. And I know that those results are coming for you too. Like that's the thing. But I want to just go through quick about the 5 things, and then we'll talk about how you can get involved. Okay, so number 1 is, why do I need this? Why now? Couldn't I just wait? Okay, this is the biggest question that you have to answer for yourself before you make any decisions, because if you don't decide this in your mind, if you're really worth it and you really need this, then like the other questions won't really matter, okay? Because I talk to people all the time, and they just, you have to want it more than you want to stay the same. That's just what it breaks down to, okay? So short answer is yes, you're worth it. Yes, you should choose now, because now is all we have. We're not promised any other days like we have right now, and why not enjoy the life that you have at this moment? And so you could always just push it off, but I think that's really more based in fear of not succeeding in some way. And so you're just kind of like pushing it off to the next thing, because life never slows down. Life is always going to keep coming at you. There's always going to be factors. And if you wait until everyone gives you the A-OK, and like your kids are great, perfect, your marriage is like everything that isn't realistic. Okay. So you just have to do what is right for you, but really looking at, deep down, if you know you need change, if you know that you want to eat healthier. Like, I'm looking at some of the things you guys have said and becoming more conscious of what I eat, how much, reduce sugar intake, lose pounds before the summer, feel better, feel motivated, more active, being able to stay consistent at night and not like undo all the hard work you've done during the day with eating well or working out, lose 20 pounds, meet new people. Those are great connections, getting some muscles. Yeah, I like that. Self-care routine. You guys, these are all things that are so within your grasp but all of those things, you're going to have to decide if it's worth it. Is it worth it to make some sacrifices in order to get those things that you've all shared? So just be clear on that before you go farther. Is like, why do I need this? What's your why? Really, that's what it boils down to. What's your why? And is your why going to be able to be stronger than your excuses? So you have to get really to that clear on that. Number 2 is, can I do this? Do I have what it takes? Short answer, yes. And I think what makes this work so well is it's not just you out by yourself working on this, like with your own goals and just like good luck. It's you plus great tools that work, that are not like a fad diet. They're not things that, you hear about 1 month and they're gone the next, or like they're things that are all about deprivation and like you can't sustain these things. So it's you plus great tools, which we know work, plus your coach who's there for that one-on-one support and the troubleshooting, and our accountability groups, our support in there. So you put all those things together and you have a recipe for success. So yes, I do believe that each of you in this group has what it takes, okay? So that's an important one to really look at, and just to trust the process and trust that it doesn't matter if you feel like you can do it right now. Like, don't trust your feelings, because honestly, when I was first approached with my friend, I was like, I don't feel like I can do this. Heck, I can't even get up early to work out. Like, I am so tired. I don't have the energy to work out. I don't even know if I remember how to work out, you guys. There's just a lot, okay? But having her belief in me made me feel like I can do this, and so belief is key. So you just have to push past that. Number 3, is this worth my time? This is a big one, you guys. We only have 24 hours in a day. All of us get the same amount of hours. Feeling like, is it really going to be worth it? I get that question. I understand that question, because you don't want to waste your time with something that's only going to leave you feeling defeated or feeling like, okay, that was a waste. I could have used that time better. So I really think that this one can be answered by the amount of time. So for instance, for me, I was working out at a gym. So I was going to classes that I had to find the classes that work for my schedule, which that's a headache. And then you have to drive there, do the daycare, and then drive home and all of that. And it was taking me like 2 hours. That's a lot of time. So that was not a good use of time for me. Not in this stage of life for me anyway. So the home workouts are 20, 30 minutes, and there's different varying programs, but you can get your workout done 20, 30 minutes a day, which is huge, right? You can push play, you can pause if something comes up, come back. I mean, you can split it up in 15-minute increments, whatever you need to do to make it work, right? But that's the amount of time that you would need to commit, right? And then as far as meal prepping, you can get really good at it, and you can literally designate a time once a week where you can do that. And in our groups, the coaches have been posting our weekly meal plan. So you can use that for ideas. You can take all of them if you want and use that. I mean, whatever works for you, but that's a commitment there. But again, it actually helps saving time because you're not going through the drive-through all the time, or you're not trying to spend all this extra time and energy and stress of like deciding like, what am I going to have to eat? And like, is it healthy? Is it not? You're researching online, and instead you have a whole arsenal with our streaming service that I'll talk more about. But we have this streaming service where you can get all of your workouts in one place, all of your recipes, all your meal planning. Like, it's really that easy, and each program has its own materials. It used to be you had to buy each program individually, like DVDs, right? Well, now it's all like, it's like Netflix. You get all of it in one location. You can just literally search for what you want. I mean, it's a huge thing that it's really taking over. I mean, it was been featured on Good Morning America and all those big news stations, and it's really so valuable. So you'll get all of that, plus the only other time commitment that you have is the checking in daily, okay? We check in our groups Monday through Friday, okay? That takes in like 2 minutes, literally less than 2 minutes, where you're just checking in and sharing how things went. So we can help you, support you in your goals, right? And it's good for accountability, and you get to read other people's and be inspired with theirs. And it doesn't mean we all have amazing days every day, but we all encourage each other on the hard days, and we celebrate on the win days, okay? So I know that if you're already on social media, you spend time, we all spend time, scrolling and like looking at different things and then maybe reading that article about the next best thing. And so we all have time. It's just how are we using our time, right? And why not do something like this where you feel more fulfilled after it, right? So the only commitment that you have is your workouts, which are short in duration, which is great, and they're designed to work. So not just like throwing a workout together and you look the same, 6 months from now. Like, you're gonna start seeing changes in 2 to 3 weeks. Like, you're gonna start seeing it quickly. So definitely worth your time. You can fit it into a busy schedule. Number 4, accountability and motivation. We talked a little bit about accountability, which is part of our groups and part of your one-on-one coaching, which is free. It's included in with your package tools that you get. So you're not paying somebody, $200 an hour for coaching or personal training. I mean, you're going to get that included. Motivation's a tricky one. I really strive to look more at like self-discipline than motivation, because motivation to me is kind of based on like, I feel motivated to do it, so I'm going to do it, and I don't feel motivated, so I'm not going to do it. And really it's more about building consistency and building in your self-care routine, so it just becomes second nature. So it's the same as you getting up to like brush your teeth in the morning or like taking a shower or whatever. It's just a consistent thing that you just know is part of it. And so that's just what you do, because it's part of your schedule. We do have some tools and tricks up our sleeve that help with that. I mean, one of them being our pre-workout is gold. I wish that I would have known about it in the first few months I started, but anyway, once I found it, I was very excited because it definitely helps you to push through the endurance of it, and it makes you feel the perceived exertion level less so. And so it's like a cup of coffee, but it's not the same. It's amazing. So that's one of the tools, and then there's some other tricks that we have that really help with that, but it all boils down to the really building up that muscle of your mindset, and you're going to get those tools through our program. Number 5 is, what if I don't like it? You guys, I'll be honest, I've bought stuff in the past that were not good choices. I bought this one DVD once, and it had this, like, you guys, maybe you ordered it too. It was supposed to like tone your core, and it had this big ball, and you're supposed to like bounce on the ball or something. I don't know. Guys, it's so embarrassing. Never used it. Never used it. I subscribed to a gym for one time, paid for a whole year, didn't even go. I don't know what I was thinking. My point is, I couldn't go back and get my money back for that. Like, that was just my thing. I didn't use it, and it never could work for me. Now, for us, with our program, if you are, you buy it and within 30 days, you are like trying it, it's just not working out, you can get your money back. No questions asked. So for me, that was a really good insurance policy, because I enjoy knowing that if something doesn't work for me, that I'm not locked into it. So you're never locked into anything as far as that goes. So just know that going into it, if you have, some of you are out there thinking like I do. Sorry, my toddler's up running around. Sorry. Oh no! Sorry, screaming. Okay. All right, so I do want to talk to you guys quick about the 2 different eating plans. So we do have the 21-day fix eating plan, and then we have the 2B mindset, okay? And I really recommend talking with your whoever